Yo. Fellas Five, Bella Corner, fellas everything. What's up, OG?
Yo, what's up, D? What's up?
Nothing, minding my business, being black in this world.
That's what's up.
We got a jam-pack.
Yeah, another great day.
Jam-pack show today.
Yeah.
What we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about second chances in relationships.
Yeah.
Fantasy bitch-assness.
Oh, yeah, it's running rampant.
Lou is the what is it? Lou is the savior for the Clippers.
Magic City, where you
Magic
at?
City, where you at? Let's get that rocking. Man, how was your weekend?
It was
so
good.
far?
It was definitely good. Less political views this week on TV. There wasn't as much as
Crazy little political stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, everywhere you turn around, they're talking about the debate. So, because I think there was supposed to be one this week, right?
Oh
in
yeah,
Miami.
it was. Oh, they did.
They did the town hall.
They did
one.
like the town hall.
I
one.
missed it. I missed it. Was it good? You watched it?
You know what?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what? I watched like clips of it talking about like his tax returns and all that good stuff.
But is it more of the same?
It's more of the same. It's all you already know who you're gonna pick by time.
That's right.
Yeah. So everybody go ahead and vote. Just remember that vote. Your vote does matter. It doesn't have to be anything crazy about it. Just decide who you want to do. See if they benefit you in some way, and then vote.
Yeah. Like you ever like just click on any news channel every once in a while just to see what they're talking about? Like CNBC,
not
Fox.
really.
So every once in a while, I'll just click on just see what they're talking about.
You know why I don't do that? Because every news channel got their bias.
They do.
So like
they do.
Fox have their Trump bias and Republican bias.
Of course.
And like MSNBC or whatever those places, they're like Democrat bias.
There's
so
also the other network, Oath.
Yeah.
They're very biased against Democrats.
Yeah.
Or at least the Biden.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, you just have to kind of do your own little thing and try to figure out who you want and everything like that.
So like when I tune in just to see what they talk, one thing that I thought was intriguing is that I think it was on CNBC. They were showing like some of the states that were allowed to vote early, and they were showing the lines. I mean, like I think it was North Carolina. They showed people like surrounding the building because it's social distancing.
Voting oppression is a real.
Oh yeah,
they're trying to knock down the votes, especially the Republican side. Unfortunate, but they trying to knock down the votes, and they trying to make certain people don't vote.
That's right.
Whether you're black, Latino, Asian, anyone, they want their side to vote. I read something by Lindsey Graham, or he actually said something. He said, "You black people are allowed to walk in South Carolina as long as they're not liberal." So basically, you know what he's saying, you could be black, you just have to be Republican.
That's right. Yeah,
so at the end of the day, that's exactly what you want to avoid when it comes to any type of votes or any type of anything.
That's right.
They're trying to make it biased, but vote. Your vote does matter. Either whether to get this clown out of the office or to get another clown in the office, is you need a vote at the end of the day. So it's a right that you have. Vote.
Like the other day, I was watching this documentary on Jared Kushner, Jared Kushner. It was funny, so you know how like he has like that big real estate company. What is it, JK, or is it Metro? No, Westminster. Right, so it's like big, huge company, real estate company. So it was funny. It was showing like how he's a slumlord in some of those condos, and it was funny. There were like certain tenants that was talking about how they're getting hit with fees after fees and fees. And then the reporter that was having an interview said to the guy, "Is like, are you a Trump supporter?" He's like, "Yeah." So, but it's funny, like he's a Trump supporter, and then it's the same guy that's the slumlord is the same guy
because
so you don't know sometimes.
He gravitates towards those type of voters that don't know one damn thing.
And his response when asked why, he goes, because he's what did he say? He goes because he gets the job done.
I don't know what job he's doing.
Yeah, what job that is.
We have over 200,000 deaths. 200,000 deaths for a pandemic. The stock markets are volatile right now. It's up and down. Job loss is increasingly. And still, there's his supporters.
Even global warming. I mean, you can fault that. You know, however you may look at it.
But still, his supporters. Whether
it's fracking or whether it's just like not taking serious the fires.
Still, his supporters just keep on believing this guy. I even have a couple of Latinos who just as soon as they make 55,000, they think they're the Republicans already.
Really?
Like, as soon as they make 55,000. So it's one of those things. We got what, 2 more weeks left?
Yeah, November 3rd. So we a little bit over 2 weeks.
Yeah, we got 2 more weeks left, and let that. You'll see how that go on Wednesday. Wednesday morning is either going to be happy or you're going to be sad on Wednesday.
I got you. So, I remember 4 years ago. I was watching it all the way up until like about midnight, 1 o'clock, and it was funny because I felt like when I went to sleep, I felt Hillary was winning in the vote. I felt like that's what I saw.
It had to be some type of play. Something happened in that direction.
Because they still have to tally the votes in a lot of different states.
Some people don't want to believe it, but this guy wasn't supposed to be the president. Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, just vote. It's coming. It's going to happen. Oh, yeah. And do you see your boy Sean Fly? Came back.
The Superfly.
Yeah, they start naming him Sean Fly.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, he came back.
Oh, shit.
On that hearing with Comey.
Shit, he came back. Kobe Barron. So he made another guest appearance?
Because, he know when he land on bullshit, he lands on bullshit.
Yo, he does. Yeah, exactly. That's clever.
So we're going to talk, what we're going to talk about? Second chance in relationship, fantasy bitch-assness, and Lou is the savior of the Clippers. I don't know about that, but
he thinks he is.
So maybe. What I was gonna say, so the reason why we talk about second chances, I don't know if you heard, but Cardi B decided to take Offset back. Now, back to the question:
Are you surprised?
I'm not surprised.
Okay.
I'm surprised that came that quick.
That's what I'm saying.
So
me too.
My thing is, man, why is it? How can somebody warrant a second chance in a relationship? So most people break up, whether it's different career paths, cheating, lack of sex, money, or just plain old they just fall out of love with each other. So I'm trying to figure out how can someone warrant a second chance with anyone, and that's my question. Why would you give somebody a second chance?
So I think you hit all the points right there. Like one, it could be because just the love, right, between the two. Maybe maybe they broke up because one did the other one dirty, right? Sometimes it could be where you just fall out of love, and then when you leave, you miss the other person once you don't see them no more. It could be that. Well, a lot of reasons.
But the question is, why I break up with certain girls? I think usually when I break up with someone is usually that mean their views is a little bit different than mine, whether it's political, relationship wise, or money wise. Cheating was a big one too. Lack of sex, that's a big thing because if you don't have that intimacy, you can't be with someone without the intimacy. I actually read something that someone was married and they didn't have sex for 19 years.
What? Okay.
19 years. I don't know what it was. I thought it was
like middle age?
Middle age. There wasn't religious or anything. He just
didn't.
He didn't have the sexual drive.
But they stayed together.
They stayed together, but she was getting frustrated because she
really wanted
to date.
But she didn't want to do it outside of the the relationship. Yeah. Right.
And then most of the time, in lack of sex, most of the time that's how you lead to cheating on there. And then obviously the career trajectory, because a lot of people have different views of money compared to like your spouse or your whoever it is. They have different ways of getting their money or different views of what money. Some people don't care about money too much, so they're not really good at balancing the sheets.
And some of them probably go into the mindset like, yo, this is my money. That's your money. Do whatever you want with your money. This is my money. And at that point, they don't want to put their accounts or collaborate on each person's belongings and say, hey, this is ours. And eventually that creates issues, especially where you can figure if, let's say you have a relationship and you have either dude or woman, one is making way more than the other. And the one that's making way more than the other can go to a store, buy whatever they want, whenever they want. The other one is kind of stuck in the background, like, oh, shit, damn, like, you just rolled up with, like, 2 bags of gear, like, I can't go buy nothing, Nothing. And at that point, it creates animosity between the two. So that's probably one of the biggest things is that money is the money issue, right? But then again, I mean, you can kind of correct me. You could tell me that a lot of these celebrities that break up, they're already rich.
Yeah, but as for like a regular Joe or anything like that, they're not rich. But some people do have I used to actually go out with someone who her idea was to stay at home. And that's a touchy subject for a lot of people, especially if you have kids. Because some guys get some type of animosity towards people staying at home. So let's say I was reading something with Dave Ramsey. A guy was mad that his wife wanted to stay at home while he be the breadwinner and take care of all the bills. And
Because they probably was comparing whose job was more difficult, right?
Yeah.
Is it like the mom, in this case, that's watching the kid, having to deal with helping with homework, having to deal with making dinner, lunch, blah, 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 babysitting, not necessarily babysitting in that way, but...
Or take care of the kids.
Taking care, versus to do that, you go to work, you're 9 to 5, you're done, you come home, you're done.
Exactly. Well, my thing is, I always say this, it's always good to have a 2-income household. Regardless of how you feel about that 2-income household, it's always great to have a 2-income household. Obviously, you don't have to go crazy and get 2 full-time jobs, but at the end of the day, the reason why someone have a 2-income household, because God forbid something ever happens, you're not going to get stuck.
Yeah.
You could go part-time. You could go do other things. You could get a hobby. A lot of people get hobbies all the time. Just get a 2-income household and just do what you got to do. Yeah. Because my thing is the first 6-7 years of living at home and take care of the kids, what's going to happen after they go to school? What's exactly going to happen after they go to school?
Can't stay home no more, right?
Can't stay home no more.
She shouldn't.
And obviously, if you're wealthy enough, if you have $1 million or something like that, that makes sense. If you're a millionaire, things like that, probably you could actually think about staying at home. Yeah. But after they go to high school or after they go to school, it's always perfectly fine to get a part-time job after elementary school. Yeah. At least part-time. So that's my thing. Obviously, some circumstances you can't stay at home. Then, if you add that on, lack of sex, that's just bad. At the end of the day, your intimacy, once you're married, not saying you have to bang like freaking jackrabbits, but you
need it.
You need it. Intimacy is one thing that you can share with your partner that you say, you know what, that's what I could look forward to at night or morning, whatever you like to do it, whatever floats your boat. So intimacy is important. If you let it be known, if a guy don't have sex for 3 weeks, I guarantee it. I guarantee he'll be looking elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Elsewhere. The other thing too is that I think maybe just from like whoever you want to look at, whether from the girl's point of view or the dude's point of view, I think it's probably like a self-esteem thing, right? Yep. If let's say your other is looking at you like, damn, he's not like coming at me, jumping on me. Then he's like, something wrong with me. Yep. Do I look different? Did I gain weight? Did I lose too much weight? Whatever it is. And then self-esteem, at that point, they don't feel as confident as they were. And at that point, then they may not do other things, and it trickles on to other things too, whether it be work or even sometimes parenting too, right? Sometimes you're not as like motivated to do things with the kids because you're like, damn, my own man or my own girl don't really feel for me like that.
I remember I had a couple of friends that had girls that cheated on their husbands for that one reason. They didn't feel like they're loved enough. So they cheated on their husband.
Like they're not wanted.
Yeah. And then even if you ask them, like, why don't you just tell them that you want sex? And they said he just doesn't want it. Same thing with
it's probably like they don't want to get like that pushback or that negative. You know what I mean? It's like the worst thing that I think for a person is to otherwise be looked at like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, just get that negative like vibe.
But same thing as the men either. When if a woman said no, they don't want that pushback.
Yeah, they
don't. It's always easier to, in their mind, to get outside the match and then to work it out.
Yeah, because sometimes like, you're not even going outside just because like you really feel for that person, like in that same, like you don't love them, you just want that attention, right? That appreciation, that love. Yeah, and I think that's probably what maybe Cardi B wanted. Yeah,
I just feel like if you break up with someone, it shouldn't be a second chance. I did that once.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
Ever?
I don't know, but it could be certain stuff.
Like what is the like no turning back reason why you would not give a girl a second chance?
It's always cheating.
It's always cheating.
Okay, I got cheating is a number one not gonna turn back chance. Well, you could always deal with the money situation. Yeah. You could deal with the different paths and career situation, but cheating is a number one you can't get back with.
That's tough. That's
once
tough.
You cheat,
even though a lot have.
Yes.
But you're saying,
but at the end of the day, some people have to realize when it's no more. A relationship is just no more.
Yeah.
Because people still don't realize that when they don't understand that the relationship is not there anymore. Because it's hard to be in a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
I've been in a couple of toxic relationships and just it's a hard type of situation, But it really depends. It really depends.
What about political views?
Oh, yeah. That's big time.
Can you come back from that?
I always say I can never get with any girl that's a Trump supporter. It's very hard to find them, but I can never get any girls that's
that's true. I can't honestly say that I know a girl that outright tells me or brought up, hey, Trump is the ish. You know what I mean? He's doing what he's supposed to be doing, and that's how you got to do it.
No good girl, at least. Like
True.
you have some. I'm not gonna say it's not, but you have some.
Yeah.
You have some girls just have no goddamn common sense in my mind.
I got you.
So at the end of the day, I don't know about the second chance that Cardi giving Offset, and they were trying to say it's nothing about cheating, but I have 100% sure it's about cheating. Or he probably, I don't know if he got caught or it's just someone text him at the end of the night, but like, hey, yo, you come sliding through.
I mean, let's be real here. We're talking about Offset.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like Quavo, I know he's in love with Sweetie.
So yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So he's
don't be surprised just because they're cute and everything. Just because you got the WAP, that doesn't mean you're gonna get not cheated on.
That's true. That's
so
true. That's
it's a big difference.
It's
not cheating shouldn't be a hard thing, but people make it into a hard thing.
I feel you. Because
all you have to do is love your lady, love your man, whatever you like, and then hopefully please your man and your woman, whatever how you feel.
I could go with that.
People always think it's a hard thing. It's not hard to not cheat.
No, it's not. I mean, I think I could be wrong, but I think Snoop, because I know Snoop's baby mom or his wife, they divorced. Like for like 2 years or 3 years, they divorced. They got back together.
Yeah.
So whatever it wasn't that bad that they couldn't get back together. So I'm sure he never cheated. So you're right. It's not even Snoop. You know, he's the dude. Dogfather.
He's doggy style.
He can do whatever he want. But maybe you're right. He probably didn't cheat, and he did get back with his baby moms. And you know what I mean.
I don't know about all the second chances because I did that before and I didn't like it. It was bad in my part.
Yeah, I mean, I never had I've had kind of like that. Like, yo, I'm pissed off because you did this type of situation as a teenager, and then it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not effing with her no more, and I'll move on, and then we'll get back.
I did have that break up and just bounce type of situation.
You told me about that. Yeah, you got to tell the listeners that story.
Yeah, just break up.
But you just said
happened?
It's over.
What happened? You know what it is?
You just said it.
I said it was
done,
over.
Right?
Then what I did, I got my apartment. It was the first of the month. And as soon as I just tried to make an argument with the person, and I just ran out the house and just bounced. But I slowly, before everything happened, I slowly took all my stuff, put it in the apartment. You see all this stuff. And then boom,
and she never
boom.
caught on to it.
Yep. And then I called because she wasn't on the lease. So I called the leasing department. I say, hey, I'm going to be out of here by this and this. So I don't know about this person's going to be here, but I'm going to be here. And I'm the one paying the rent. Yeah. So as soon as that happened, the next day, out of here. Yeah. Done. It wasn't happening.
Like, what is it? Like Roadrunner?
Yeah. Then one time, how I broke up with someone, I started becoming distant. Never coming home on time. Yeah. Being late. Yeah. Going to movies by myself, just chilling.
So you just pretty much letting her know, hey, shit's changing.
Yeah. All of a sudden, I saw this letter on my bed, like on my side of the bed. It was like, yeah, I just don't think it's working out anymore. I need you to like leave by the end of the month. I was like, I act like I was like, oh, really? I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. In my mind, I was like, yep, that's what I was trying to do. Then it was other people. I just did it with a text. No, disrespectful. Just did it straight with a text. Like, I don't got time for this. Like, straight with a text. I like doing, those are the ones that if I don't really care too much about you,
it's like whatever.
You get a text. You get a text.
Yeah, like I never got to that point where I just grabbed me or just like, just stopped.
Yeah, because I can't see the girls crying in my face. I hate that.
I hate that too. You start to feel it. You know what I mean?
Like you start feeling it in your chest, and you be like, man, I don't want to say it with my chest.
Yeah.
Like, so you start feeling like, so I stay? Like, nah, you should never stay. And you have that gut feeling that you're gonna break up. Break up with the chick.
Yeah, true. And then a lot of chicks that you got with, like, were they always around the way? Like girls from around the way?
Yeah.
Because the girls that they were always nearby, they was in the neighborhood, either nearby or Pawtucket. You know what I mean?
So
CF early.
My thing
so there was no direct getting away from it. It was just more like just stop kicking it, and then they got the picture. You know what I mean?
Most of the time, the one I break up with, I always make sure I don't be in their vicinity.
Yeah,
because some of them is just. You're gonna catch up to them sooner or later. Sure, like I have some that it just for some reason be say people I know on Facebook and I just exit out like I don't know that guy. I don't know like nobody on there. I don't know that chick at all. Yeah. Like get out of here with all that. You know what I'm saying?
Is any of them on your Facebook?
No, block all. I block
I'm just saying.
Every ex is blocked.
You never know. Sometimes they might just send that request and you know what I'm saying. You're more mature. They're more mature. So. At that point, you guys could just be like sophisticated friends.
Every ex is blocked. I don't do the whole. I don't like
supposed to be. But
I have a big thing about talking to exes. I don't talk to exes at all. But if it's not the mother of my child, I don't talk to them. I don't like talking to exes. It's weird. It's weird. Like even acquaintances that we used to do fool around and stuff. I would never talk to them. Like, I don't want to talk to him. I got somebody now. So what's the point of talking to him? Because I don't want that other person, all of a sudden, they just pop up like, hey, remember me? Like, nah, I don't remember you. That's the point.
At least otherwise, like, start, like, leaving little messages. Yeah. If you post something. Yeah. And then your girl right now, she'll look at it and be like, yeah, I thought you guys haven't talked for a while. Right. She's pretty quick to respond to that photo you posted.
Right. Nah, I don't do all that. Like, I don't got no time.
She be liking everything you do.
Right? Yeah, I don't do that. It was one time. Who was it? Well, it was one time a girl, like, I don't know what she did. She must have, like, started sending pictures of what she's doing and how she's much better than. I'm like, yo, that's you.
On social?
Yeah, not on social. Like, she sent me a message like, I'm doing this now. Wish you had. Yeah, she was like, I wish you had. That was like years ago.
And she just came out of the blue.
Yeah, out of the blue. Like, bitch, I don't know you like that. Yeah. Like, you could be a lawyer and all that. I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to say. But at the same time, after I break with a chick, I wasn't trying to be no Captain Savory hoe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You ever had that? Yeah. Girls be thinking that they could have saved them. I'm not saving nobody.
Yeah. Come back into the picture like nothing's changed.
Yeah, save a girl, save a all that good stuff. Even like the girls I start dating, I'm like, I'm not trying to be Captain Save a hoe. Like, because at the end of the day, why are you trying to save them? There's a lot of people that need saved.
They miss you.
Nah, even like I'm talking about the ones that you date. Yeah, there's a lot of them that got heartbroken by their mans and they try to come back.
Yeah, they come back and try to. Oh, they know that things are greener on your side than on the other side. So at that point, they're like, damn, I know what I lost.
I don't save anybody.
Yo, have you ever had a chick like cut you in a way where you like confused like? You know, what the hell? Like, I had that one time. I gotta say that I had that one time where I was talking to a chick for about a couple of days. I was like 2 or 3 days, and the thing is, like, she was talking to my friend, but they were just talking. They were friends, right? And then we went to her house. We were chilling, and she was just talking to me a lot more. So I was like, you know what I mean? So she's talking to me, so I'm thinking like she's feeling me, but not my friend, even though like they just met. But it just like, and then we went a couple of days, blah blah blah, and then so we exchanged numbers, and then. Yo, I never got a call. Like, it was like, that was weird. It was like, I got that, whatever. But it confused me. You know what I'm saying?
I got a couple of that when I'm like on a dating scene, and then when you dating, and all of a sudden you give them the time of day, and all of a sudden
that's what
I thought it was a good date.
She was just trying to see like if she still got it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know.
I did had a I remember back in the day, like 6-7 years ago, I was with a date. And then the date was like, we going all good, blah, blah, blah. And then the date knew my friend that I work with, like back in the day. And then I told my friend, I was like, what's going on? And I saw you a picture with her one time. And then my friends kind of snitched on me, said, hey, talk to the date. Like, yo, you with this guy? I thought you was with so blah, blah, blah. Yo, that girl called me back and yelled at me, started arguing, like, don't you be telling anybody about our business. I'm like, girl, we only dated for like we went to the movies, girl. And she was kind of scaring me. I was like, what the hell are you scared? At first, it was weird because she telling me she come out of nowhere. She's like, I would kiss you, but I got a cold sore. That was like red flag. I was like, listen, I don't want no girl with no cold sore. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Cold sore is like above average herpes to me. So I was like,
it is. That's what Donald had.
Yes.
Donaldson or whatever. Yeah. Sam Donald.
Yes. Sam Donald.
The quarterback for the Jets.
Oh, he had herpes?
Was it herpes? He had something.
No, I thought he had mono.
I don't know. All the same.
He ain't no cold. That's gross.
I don't know. He had some shit that was fucking.
Yeah, she got so mad at me. Then I had dates was like crazy dates that they just go there for the dinner. Yeah. You ever had those dates where they just go there for the dinner?
See, the thing is, like, I didn't get into that sophisticated dating until like I was in my 20s, and at that point, it was like, I was with my BM for a while. So earlier, there was no dinner. There was like. Yo, come to the crib, me and my boys and her.
Good old days.
Just sit in the steps, you know what I'm saying? Just drink, pass the Henny, do this, do that, smoke. There was no dinner and drive into the theaters and movies. There was none of that.
You ever like listen to your girls like past like dates and see how
stories?
Yeah.
If they did, I don't remember I didn't even care about it.
I love listening to my girls past dating stories.
Yo, I would tell you something. This is gonna boggle your mind. Is that so when I was like, I was in high school. I was like 16, 17, right? Cool story, right? So I had like my right-hand man, right? You know what I'm saying? He's one of my best boys out there, right? So, when we were 17, we'll go to the mall. We'll kick it to girls and all of that. So one day we went to the mall. There was like these 2 girls. We were kicking to them. And then we started to become good friends, and we were doing like that double thing, right?
Yeah.
Now, at the time they still had their dudes in their life, right? So they was telling us like, you know what I'm saying, we like yous, all that, but you know what I mean, we got our exes still in the life. So one day, me and him, we rolled up to the girl's house and the exes was there, right? So now my boy, he's more wild than I am, so he was the type to be like, yo, these girls don't like you guys no more, so yo, you know, we're stepping up, right? So one of the dudes that was there was like, let them talk, you know what I mean? And he's like, yo, I'm talking for them, right? So shit's about to go down, right? So my boy's talking to one of the dudes, and the dudes didn't want none, you know, because my boy's crazy. They didn't want none. So after that, dude's like, all right, whatever. And so the dudes left, and then the girls were ours, right? Do you know that about like a year, maybe a year and a half later, I was working at Friendly's. The dude got hired. The dude got hired. I remember him. I was like, so he was a dishwasher. I was like a server. He was there. And at that point, we ended up becoming friends. Yo, it was the craziest shit. I was like, this is the fucking dude. Yeah, that my boy was going to smash on him. And it's funny, like, we didn't really talk about it because we knew what happened. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he just bitched out. So he didn't step. But it's like, little by little, it was like, oh shit! Like, all right.
I love listening to my girls past dating because I just be looking. I was like, word, you crack me up. One time, I guess she said a guy came pick her up with a car seat in the back. I lied. I was like, a car seat, me, a car seat.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you can't be kicking up to a girl with no car seat.
Oh, shit. What was the baby at?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yo, what you got a babysitter?
Yeah, no, my girl's watching.
Oh, like the old school way that girls, dudes back in the day. Remember you used to do this back in the day? Back in the day, you think was the shit was going to your boy's house and sit on a couch and drink. Not even a date. Just sit on the couch and drink.
Sit all day, yo.
that was back in the day. That used to be the shit, though.
Yeah.
You go sit on the couch and drink with your boys, and then you try to kick games and shit. Like, if you don't get your broke ass out of here. Or go to the movies. If we going to the movie, try to movie hop with the girl.
So what we did the drive-in. We used to go to North Smithfield. Yeah. So we were doing the drive-in. That was like, you know what I'm saying? We were chilling, and I'll tell you straight up, like, them days, like them DMX tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were fun.
I don't know.
Each song brings a memory.
I wonder if I was a bad date person. Like, I always wonder if I was bad at dates.
Who would call who the next day?
Yeah, right.
They would call you, or you would call them?
I'm a good. You know what I do after a day? I text them afterwards. Like, I appreciate you. Hopefully we get to that, and then see how they feel. If they don't text back, I know. Yeah, it was a good day. And if they text back, oh yeah, of course we should hang out. Yeah, one more time. Like, let me know when you want to hang out. And then if they give you that text, like, hey, good morning. Like, yo, you got them.
I got them. Yeah. Here's a question: have you ever flipped with one and then switched off to a friend?
No, I never did that.
I did that one time.
Because the dates, why would you have a friend on the dates?
It's just because, like, so when you're chilling as a group, you know what I'm saying? Like, when there's like, you're just people in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? You meet with them and you just chill and, hang out. At some point, what happens, like, whoever's house is closest to the other, sometimes those are the two that starts talking. And then eventually you get your friends involved. Then you guys are grouped up together and you guys will chill inside, chill outside. What happens sometimes, like, if that's the chick you're talking to, then you find out she got friends, right? And then little by little, you get to know who's the personality and each other. And then you're like, damn, I'm feeling her more than I'm feeling that one. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, you're like, shit, how do I switch this? Because I was kicking at her. She's obviously was feeling me because at that point, she invited me to her house or she wanted to hang out or she came to my steps. You know what I mean? So at that point, they wanted to chill. Yeah, to the stoops. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, but at some point, you're like, damn, I'm really feeling her friend. And say you didn't get serious at that point. You're just chilling. Right? I pulled it off.
You know what? I never flip it because one time I don't know about the flipping, but I actually went on a date one time. And then like the next week, I didn't know they was friends and they went on a date. And then all of a sudden I saw a text message on the other girl I went on a date last week. She was like, hey, you went on a date out with my friend? I was like, that was your friend?
That was your friend?
And then she was like, it's okay.
But your name came up then?
No. It must be because I think the first girl, she really liked me.
Yeah, so
the reason why I didn't
go right to the girlfriend.
The reason why I didn't want to cancel with the second one because, I already like told her and I hate to cancel anything and it was a good breakfast too. So she was like, and then all of a sudden, I didn't like the second one because she was too tall. Yeah, okay. And I'm like 5'11". I was like, hey, you kind of tall. Like she was tall, and I was like, nah, I'm good. And then the first one, she was cool. She was like cool. I think Funny thing is with the first one, I think I didn't give it a chance because she just took too long for everything.
Yeah.
Like every time we want to go on a date, she went on a date.
Get ready?
No, we talking and she always
Make
has something to do, and then like, and then like I think
let's chill on this day.
Yeah. Like she wasn't available. And then like 6 months later, she was like, you had your chance. I was like, what? That's what I said too.
She's playing mind games.
Yeah, she was playing. I was like, that didn't make no sense to this girl.
Yeah.
And then because she was just boring. Mm-hmm. She didn't do nothing. We didn't kiss. We didn't hug. We didn't get a hug. She was just, I don't know if she was playing hard to get. Like, listen, man, like I don't got time for this.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
some girls would do that.
Yeah, some girls. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you know, like after 2-3 months, we gotta do something. Like a kiss or something.
So at that point, I'm moving on. You know what I'm saying?
Like we don't know if it's like, and it was too much.
Yeah.
But it was funny. It was kind of crazy. But and then they text me. They was like, "Hey, you did it. You went on a date with my friend." And he's like, "Oh, it's okay because we just dating anyway. We just went on a date, just single, so I can't really." And then at the same time, I was like, "Well, are we gonna go on our second date?" Yeah. She's like, "Of course." I was like, "Okay, that's weird." Yeah. I was like, "Okay." I'll tell you, back in the day, it was a lot of single women that needed a man. Yeah, because there's
probably a lot now. You just don't see them as much because you're not on like a dating site or anything like that. If you are, because I think on average, or for the first thing, like I read this somewhere, there's more women in the United States than men. Yep. Right, the ratio is like 1.5 to 1, something crazy like that, right? So at the end of the day, there's always going to be more single females than males, right?
True.
So they're out there. It's just that now you got sites. You got a lot of them too. There's not just a couple.
Yeah, most of those sites is just a bang fest anyway.
It is. But every once in a while, kid, you'll meet that one that wants to take it to another level. You know what I mean? And now here's the thing, right? If let's say you are on that date, if she doesn't give it up sooner than you would think. At that point, does that mean that she's probably playing the game right? She's like, I want him to take me serious. So maybe that's some of the things too, is that they're playing the game. They're like, hey, let me show him that I'm not the type to just.
I think at that time, it was a month is a little bit too long.
Yeah,
for
of course.
Like
exactly.
I want to do something.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I don't like they don't have to have sex. Just at least get a kiss. Like
something.
It's like something. At least I know that you still in it with me. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be string me along for 2 months and think that I'm gonna try to get with you. Like that's not how it works. Just like POF, it's plenty fishes in the sea.
All of them.
It's like
on the lakes and the rivers.
Like come on. Like I get it. Everybody want to be strong and all that good stuff, but you gotta do something else.
I'm gonna make him wait so he knows it's special.
Like you already paying for all the food and everything. It's not like she paying for it. You know what I'm saying? Like geez, a wheeze. Like there's so many other easy opportunities I can go with. You know what I'm saying? Just get the hell out of here. Like shit. I remember back in the days of the little dating websites, they always have like their own criteria. And then you look at them like, bitch, you don't need that criteria. Sure. Like you need to get your ass into somewhere else. Like
my first dating website when I was younger, it was MySpace. That was my first one.
That's everybody's first dating website. As long as you're not top 5, that's all you care about.
Exactly. So that was my first. So at that point, it's funny how like now that shit's evolved to like 17. There's even a Christian one.
They have a MySpace and a Christian. No. Christian Mingle, right?
Yeah, Christian Mingle. There's even a Christian one. So like, that if you're on that, you should probably not expect nothing.
Yeah, no. You probably not.
If you get a hug, you'll be like, yo.
I'm pretty sure they you still get it.
You can't because you're a Christian. So
that doesn't mean nothing. That doesn't mean
must.
Nah. Christians, they do that thing too.
They do, but
they want you to have the faith. That's a big thing. There's a big difference.
Yeah, you know what?
They're little freaks. They're in the club the next day.
Yeah, you might be right.
Don't be surprised with those Christian girls.
You know what? I think you might be right with that because you just have to have the faith. But at the end of the day, they want love too.
Yeah, they want love too.
They want to yell out the Lord too. You know what I mean?
They want to say, "Oh Jesus,
yeah, Amen."
Bewildered.
They want to say, "God Almighty." Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Are you happy to see me?
Jesus. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things that I love. I didn't like the dating scene, but I like my.
See, the thing, it was always an adventure. But like I said, the difference between me and you is that I was like enclosed in like this group area of Pawtucket and parts of CF. So I was like there. You know what I'm saying? I had a car, don't get me wrong, but you know what I'm saying? It was just like I knew where places were and I had family and friends in different hoods. So it was like I knew where I was. You know what I mean? So I was enclosed in this little fishbowl, and it's like, all right, wherever I'm going, they know me, I know them, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I didn't.
You had a more open space, right?
I was in Mass. I was in Rhode Island.
Yeah,
I just didn't like
Providence.
Yeah, I was all over the place. I just didn't like the Dane
You got a
seed.
dorm too, I bet, right?
Oh no, it was after college I started being on the
after
Dane
college?
side. Yeah,
Because I missed the college.
And then it was like when you get some of these girls when they get older, they're very straightforward, and then they'll give it up and they'll do all this other stuff. Like, geez,
They ain't playing games.
They ain't playing no games with all that bullshit. Like, so I don't know what we doing, Fellas 5 right now.
Yeah, real quick before we get to that. So going back to the whole Cardi B Offset. Like, do you think Offset's looking at it? Damn, I had my way out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like you gotta feel like they're partying pretty hard.
Yeah,
and,
that's how I say you don't give people second chances at the end of the day. But she in her mind probably want a family.
Yeah,
and the divorces are expensive. I wonder who making more money, Offset or Cardi B at the moment.
That's a great question, man.
So you think about it.
At this moment, it got to be Cardi B.
Yeah, so it's
sponsorships.
Divorces
right?
are expensive.
Yeah.
Those type of things. Not having a family. He's gonna be doing his thing regardless.
Plus, she came out with the new album. I was looking at the billboards like a couple weeks ago.
She don't have a new album. She has a new album.
Oh, maybe not. I mean, I'm wrong. But she got the single.
Yeah.
I was looking at the billboard. WAP was on there for like 20-something weeks in a row.
Yeah.
So she's making dough.
Offset, I feel like all the Offset, Quavo, their run has. I think they're gone. The Migos run a little bit gone. It's dying down. Like
it's dying down.
Not like a couple of years ago.
Like that. Thrill. You know what I'm saying? Of their music. Yeah, it dropped down a little bit. It's not as overhyped, or it's not hyped like it was. So yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
But Cardi B is still number 2, right? At this point,
Yeah, true.
You know,
you think about it.
Yeah, because I mean, you got to figure at one point or another. Whatever Nicki does,
Nicki ain't gonna have music for years.
Yeah, but I'm saying Nicki's
still.
she established herself as she's still number 1, even with what Cardi's doing.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Well, let's go do this Fellas 5 real quick on you.
Welcome to another episode of the Fellas 5. This is gonna be a good. This is different. This is definitely different. Let's see. Not in any order, but I'm gonna like this Fellas 5. Let's go. Number 5, the number 60. Yeah, why is that important? Van Damme just turned 60, October 18th. Happy birthday, Jean-Claude. My favorite, there's Bruce Lee. I didn't really watch other than Enter the Dragon, a couple other ones on there of Bruce Lee he did. But Van Damme, he's my favorite martial artist, actor / stunt man ever of all time. He just turned 60. Can you believe that? I remember as a kid watching Bloodsport, Lion, Universal Soldier. I mean, there's like so many other ones that I forgot. There was Double Team, right? Yeah, there's the one that he did with Dennis Rodman for a little while. Here's something crazy. He just turned 60. Do you realize that this year, 2020, there's been more celebrities that turned 60 than any years in the past? Here's a few names for you. Hugh Grant turned 60. Antonio Banderas turned 60. Daryl Hannah, Kill Bill. She's like one of the snakes. I don't know, Copperhead or whatever, but she turned 60. Sean Penn turned 60. X-Files, David Duchovny turned 60. U2, Bono turned 60. This year, RuPaul turned 60. Chuck D turned 60. What's Flavor Flav? I don't know. What is he, 61 maybe? Damon Wayans turned 60. Crazy. What a year for all of them. Happy birthday to them. And most important, keep it going, Jean-Claude. You the man. Let's go. Number 4, MLB. So here's the thing with MLB. They're about to do it. They're about to hit the World Series. Tampa Bay is already in the World Series finals. They're waiting between the winners between Atlanta and the Dodgers. Who's going to win? Who knows? It's supposed to be Dodgers. They're the team that's supposed to win it all. Tampa Bay beat the Yankees. Atlanta's doing really good. There was a great matchup. Will Smith versus Will Smith. Probably watched by Will Smith. Great matchup. Congratulations to MLB. You're about to do it. You're about to hit the World Series just like the NBA. You're about to complete your partial seasons. I'm happy for you guys. Number 3, Offset and Cardi B back together again. Who would have thought? They're back this quick too. Other than Elizabeth Taylor, that married her husband like 2 or 3 times, and like some other celebrities out there that probably did it. Cardi B and Offset, they're going to give it another go around. I'm more happy for Culture. She'll be able to see both parents, loving each other and being there and taking her to the park and buying her $1 million Gucci bags and maybe $100 Gucci bags for that. But otherwise, congratulations to Culture, and then Offset and Cardi B back together. Number 2 on this list, the Lakers win their 17th championship. I remember at one point, Celtics had maybe 14 or 15, actually 16, and Lakers had 11 or 12 or something. And then at some point they had 5 and Celtics had 10. Now they just tied it up. Congratulations to the Lakers. It was a great dedication game for Kobe Bryant. They wore the Black Mamba jerseys for about 4 times, I think, in this entire series, final series, NBA playoff in the bubble series. Good for the Lakers, good for LA fans. The Clippers, they're still going to be the stepchild. So if Clippers win, do they give half of it to the Lakers? Because I'm assuming Lakers are going to let them win. We'll see. Who knows? Let's get it. And then number 1. This is actually pretty intriguing. Number 1, Puff Daddy creating a political party. He's going to call it Our Black Party. It's for everybody, he says. Democrats, Republicans. I remember the Cool Moose Party from way back, and the Independent Party, and in years in the 1800s there was the Whig Party, and all of them. Now it's just kind of between the Democrats and the Republicans, since Ross Perot died anyway, because I think he always was part of that independent group. There was another one too. It was another Green House, Green Moose something. Who cares? At the end of the day, it's Democrats and Republicans, but I am intrigued at what Puffy's doing. Mr. Ciroc himself, Mr. Bad Boy, Mr. Go Get Me that cheesecake over the bridge. He's doing something. What can you say? He's influential in the community. He's influential in society. And let's see how far this goes. I like it. Our Black Party is called. Let's get it. Thank you. Let's go.
Black Party, huh?
Our Black Party. I think that's pretty cool. I like it.
That would be nice.
Let's see how far this goes. Let's see who's gonna, take it.
Don't mess up the votes. Know what I'm saying? No one's gonna mess up.
So, what I was saying before, there was always I remember there was the Cool Moose Party, which was this foolish little party. Let me not say foolish because it's important to somebody. But it was always these parties that would take away votes from the other voters. Or the other votes that would go towards Democrats or Republican. Independents, same thing.
Yeah, that's as long as they don't take away no votes.
Exactly. So with this one, let's see what the process of somebody going into that group. Is it just a Democrat that they trust and sponsor? Is it somebody who's in the
they had other presidents that wasn't in Democrats and Republicans. They had an independent president as well. I forgot who was the president who was independent. It was a long time ago.
How far were you thinking? Way
in the beginning. Very in the beginning.
Well, I do know before you had. So what was it? Ulysses S. Grant, which I think he was the president. Was he before Lincoln? Before there were no Democrats and Republicans prior to that. It was the Whig. Go ahead.
Was it Miller Fillmore? It says Miller Fillmore.
He was nonpartisan. He was independent.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, that's what it says.
But he wasn't either Democrat or Republican.
No, it was George Washington was
he was part of the Whig, if I remember.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
that was the Whig party.
Okay, so that makes sense.
And I think slowly the Whig eventually started to convert over, I believe, to what is Republicans now. Not necessarily that it's the same, but as they started to convert, and the landscape started to change. There was a lot more influence from political people. Then that's when you started to kind of get more separate parties, and you had Democrats and Republicans along the way.
Well, we'll see. Still got 2 weeks left for everything. So
yeah, I got you.
2 weeks left. So let's get back in the discussion of bitch assness and fantasy football.
Well, do you think fantasy football rules your life?
No, I don't got.
There's some people that do.
Fantasy football don't rule.
It don't rule mine.
Yeah, because listen.
Some people it does.
You got a couple of you have a lot of. You're supposed to have about 1 or 2, 3 leagues. Mm-hmm. That's what you're supposed to have.
I have 2.
So I got 3 leagues. Mm-hmm. One league's supposed to be your losing league. You already know you getting those L's. One of my leagues I'm 0-5. I'm getting those L's.
Yeah,
exactly. Other leagues I'm about to be 4-2.
True,
most of my leagues.
Yeah.
Got a lot. But that's how it goes.
Yeah.
You can't have it rule you. Yeah, we are not threads. You saw those threads?
Some people take it a little bit too serious than what it's supposed to be. It's fun. It's fantasy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like you're just sitting there doing. And here's the other thing. It's actually supposed to be for one day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's Sunday is like your day where you're like, I'm all on. The other days you just be relaxed.
Although some of these cats are trying to give me some trash ass trades, man. Like I don't do trash trades, man.
Yeah, there should be some type of like mid couple game suspension on a dude making moves if they give you a bum ass trade.
Yeah, you can't have that bum ass trade.
Like you almost like you can submit something to the commissioner. I mean, I'm one of them, but in the league where I'm not, something where you can send a commissioner like, hey, I got offered this trade. The commissioner reviews and said, yep, suspended for whoever that dude is for a couple of days.
I had a guy try to trade me all his bench player for one of my superstars. Like a bench player, and one of the bench players was injured
that
for
multiplayer for one player bullshit?
All bench players, and one was like injured for 3 weeks. Like, if you don't get this trash ass trade out of here.
Oh,
like my player was putting up 30 points a game. Yeah, this cat was putting up like fucking 10 seconds a game.
That aggravates me is a player, a dude, somebody trading you like 2 or 3 players for your one player, thinking like they're doing you a favor. Like, listen. If you're giving me 3 players, that means I got to drop 2.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
And then if you try to measure out whatever the points that I'm losing by you giving me, odds are those 3 players, they're mediocre. Maybe you got one good player, the other 2 I'm not starting. I'm not starting the other 2. So there's no, like there got to be some handbook that we have to come out with and just, email it, text it to our group. There's no reason why somebody should be given 3 for 1.
No
2
reason.
for 1, okay, if it's reasonable. 3 for 1, no.
No reason. So I don't know. It's just people with that bitch assness. I'm telling you,
there should be a Dr. Phil for fantasy players that are losing way more than they think they should be. So that way they can kind of like calm themselves, kind of get them off the ledge. Because you never know. Some of these dudes, you might feel like they're gonna jump.
Oh yeah,
they're like, yo, my life is over. Yo, Dalvin Cook is out. Nick Chubb is on the IR. My life is over. Matt Ryan is still playing for the Falcons. My life is over.
Bitch assness.
Your Patriots got 5 running backs. I don't know who they're gonna start. My life is over. It's over. Cam Newton got COVID again. My life is over. That shit needs to stop. I agree.
I'm just saying they got some bitch assness.
But what I do like to say is that usually that is entertaining though. It is fun. like imagine going the whole season and not one person bitches. How boring would that be though?
Yeah.
It is fun. It just gets annoying when it happens too much, and it seems to happen every week. But at the same time, it is fun. I do like it.
It is fun.
I've done it myself though. I will say though, I have done it myself.
Yeah, it's just bitch assness. That's just saying.
I had valid reason. This was last year. Last year I had Will Dissly get hurt. I'm talking about my team. I'm not talking about how this player did or the other team, how lucky this team did against me. It was more like, my team sucks. This guy is out. This guy is hurt. This one is like stinking up the joint. My team is just straight garbage. And I was just complaining.
Well, at the end of the day, it's not that serious. Just fantasy football, fellas. Fantasy football. All it is.
And it's only been this is week 6.
Yeah.
There's still another 10 weeks to go.
That's what I'm saying.
What,
9 weeks for the
9 weeks
season.
to go. 9 weeks to go.
I don't know. 9 weeks. 15. Week 15, they're gonna start sitting down people. But that's beside the point.
Well, week 16. I don't think week 15 they usually tend to put
not if they like already got their playoffs position. All the superstars start staying out.
Yeah, you think so? I feel like week 15.
Usually you try to get out of week 14. That's what week 14 is. I thought it was week 14, so I didn't even know.
Let's say it was week 14. When you get to week 15, it's only 2 teams anyway.
Sure.
So that means you got like a good 80% of teams already gone. Sure. So at that point,
I ain't worried about it. I'm in that league. I'm 0-5 anyway. So I ain't give a shit.
Hey, you could win this week.
I'm gonna win this week.
You're gonna win,
and I'm gonna freaking spoil a lot of people's standings.
Yeah, you were praying. Huh?
Yeah.
Please let me win.
Nah, I'll tell you, I wasn't praying, but at the end of the day, I just looked at it like, I'm winning. I just dropped my phone down. You ever do the word?
Yeah.
Or I do like 5 minutes before, like, that guy is. I should put him as a starter. Like, okay, whatever. I hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope they win today. Like, that's me. I'm like,
this looks good.
Yeah, this look good. Oh, I could be like those cats, like, oh, that name sounds familiar. Let me put them on.
Yeah, like, all right, let's see. 3 to go. Sunday night. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Off.
Cool.
and getting new emails.
Right. Let me check my Twitter feed. Who's injured?
Let me refresh this real quick. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody, I'm 0-5, so somebody do me a trade right now. Decline. I do that. I like to do that all the time. Every time because you're 0-5. Let me get that. Like, no, I'm saying.
They try to like vulture your team, thinking like
get my whole team. Like, you don't get your ass out of my face.
Let me get Drew Brees.
Can I get Deshaun Watson real quick?
Exactly. Let me get Derrick Henry. Yo, you want Mark Ingram?
Yeah, right. Try to give me, you want Dak Prescott for Deshaun Watson? Like, word? That's how you going? That's how we doing it?
They said that he might come back. Like, it's not even that serious. He don't even run anyway.
Right?
He'll throw the ball no matter what.
He'll stand in the pocket. Some people will say shit like
that. The worst, though, you got to tell me if this is not the worst. The worst is when a dude picks up a player from the waivers and they try to flip it on you. Yeah. They go in with their 4th or their 5th waiver, pick up like some like grungy ass run, they'll pick up like
a backup because the homeboy's injured.
Yeah, like Michael P. Ryan, you know what I'm saying, from the Jets. They go pick him, and next thing you know, they're trying to like trade you for like Jamison Crowder. Like, what's wrong with you?
You can't get me with that.
That was a waiver pickup.
I had somebody actually try to trade me like 3 bench players, 3 bench players for my boy. Who was it? Odell Beckham Jr. I was like, yo, come on, man.
3 bench players?
I was like, first of all, they haven't seen them play. They average like 5 points each together.
Okay, goodbye.
You don't get your ass out of my face, man.
Yeah, they're trying to swindle you.
Yeah, they have one good They have one good game. They think, oh yeah, this is a great man. Let me get Derrick Henry and all that.
He's been projecting up every game.
He's a rookie, but he's getting more touches.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
the offense is focusing on him.
Right. Offense focusing on Julio Jones. Like, can you get let me trade you Gage Jr. Gage Jr. Like, no. Like, what are you doing?
I would love to see we got to do one day fantasy basketball.
I don't do fantasy basketball.
You can get your boy Kawhi.
Kawhi, don't sleep on Kawhi is very efficient, so I don't have to worry about him.
He is. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so why won't you do fantasy basketball? I'm just curious. You know basketball. You love basketball.
I know basketball, but I don't follow all the other basketball players. I follow them as in I know what it is. I know their stats. Okay. But it's just it's pointless to me.
No, it's not. What do you mean it's pointless?
It's pointless to me. It's
to
pointless
you.
to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're wrong, but
it's pointless to me. Why would I want to do fantasy for basketball? I want to enjoy the basketball.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I just want to enjoy the basketball.
That is
football. Football, I enjoy my team. Yeah. My team's trash, so that's it.
So same thing. Like, I enjoy my Dolphins, but at the same time, when I'm doing fantasy, I'm watching these other teams. I'm not enjoying them. Exactly. I'm doing just for like the entertainment of the fantasy. Yeah, you're right. Because like basketball, when I watch basketball, no matter what team it is, I'm enjoying the game.
Even if my team's the 9th seed, I always feel like I got a chance to get to the 8th seed.
Of course,
that's how basketball is.
True.
That's why a lot of people like basketball. Besides, obviously, the ones that feel like basketball players talk too much.
But you talking about the Cleveland thing? I mean, I'm talking about
like,
the Clippers thing.
I'm talking about more like the Republicans and the Donald Trumps of the world.
Shut up and dribble.
Yeah, shut up and dribble type people. But I love basketball.
I got you. Yeah.
But speaking of Clippers, congratulations to Ty Lue.
Oh yeah, Did I call that? I felt like I called that.
You probably did.
I felt like I called that.
It was mentioned. It's almost like
it wasn't hard to call.
It's almost like if Lakers didn't win the championship, everybody.
Actually, I did call because remember in our group thread, I put that he sabotaged. Doc Rivers to get.
But it's almost the same thing. If Lakers didn't win the championship, everybody knew for some reason Jason Kidd was going to be the champion. Mm-hmm. Now, homeboy, he won the championship, so Vogel is going to stay the Lakers. Mm-hmm. But just like how Doc Rivers, we didn't see that coming, but we know if something happens, Ty Lue or Sam Cassell would have been the champion, but would have been the next head coach. And guess what? So a lot of people were saying that Ty Lue is going to confront Kawhi Leonard and Paul George about their treatment.
Because the rumor is that Ty Lue, when it's behind the scenes, he's like kind of that no-nonsense type of coach. Now, as a player, he wasn't really a superstar, he wasn't very vocal with the team. It was always Kobe. Was Shaq, or was it? No Shaq. Was it Gasol?
He only had.
It was Gasol.
Shaq was there too.
Shaq was there with Ty Lue. Yeah, because they went against. Because it was the Sixers. It was that 15-1 run where the only loss they had was in the finals to the 76ers. So you're right. So he wasn't vocal. He was a bench player. He used to come off the bench. He wasn't the main dude, right? So supposedly behind the scene, he's the type of guy that's vocal. He's gonna try to get Kawhi to what? Focus on playing all the games.
No, I think they're trying to make Kawhi probably play more games than so they could build a chemistry. Also, 'cause at the end of the day, you can't. Kawhi is Kawhi. He's indifferent. He doesn't do. Is not too vocal. He's make his game play out. 2-time champion, regardless of how you feel. He's 2-time champion. He did put Toronto their first championship.
That's right.
Might have to say that now. On his back. Now, in my opinion, he do need to play a little bit more games. Although he only missed about 8-10 games last year, so he do need to play more games to build that chemistry. Now, I think his Ty Lue job is really to focus on Paul George. He's not a superstar. And I know we're gonna keep on trying to say he's a superstar. He had 3 great years. 2 years ago, he almost went to the MVP. He was third voting.
He was, yeah.
But he's not a champion. He's not a champion. He's not an MVP level. He is not a superstar. He's a star.
He's not a Batman. I mean, that's what
he's an all-star. But you can't be in a situation that you in a playoff and you're still fighting demons on there. And believe it or not, I felt like it was a weird situation with him and Doc too. At the end of the day, he cheated on his daughter with a stripper, and then you over here trying to. It's a weird combination.
Yeah,
with,
and it was Kawhi that requested that Paul George be part of the team, or otherwise he wasn't going to go. So at that point, he had to essentially agree, capitulate, and say, "Yeah, I'm going to do it."
But at the end of the day, you need Kawhi because Kawhi is going to be one of those players. He's a transcendent talent that you need. He works hard. He plays lights out. Besides that one,
he never cheats you.
Yeah, he never cheats you. Besides that one game. He was consistent.
He was off.
Yeah.
He didn't cheat you because he did take the attempts.
Yeah.
He just wasn't making them.
Exactly.
But at least he didn't cheat you. He didn't stay back.
You could argue the 3-1 all you want because that is bad. You could argue all, but at the end of the day, he is still a 2-time champion. You can't say it for the rest of the team though. So when you hear this thing is a riff in it's a riff in the freaking locker room with Montrezl. Lou Williams with Pat Bev,
like favoritism.
Just because you won 2 games against the Warriors previous year, buddy, you guys are role players.
That's right.
You're role players. If you wanted that treatment, guess what happens?
Step up.
You step up. Because at the end of the day, Kawhi might have missed 10 games, but LeBron missed 8 games too. AD missed some games too. Paul George is not a superstar, but he missed games. He's an all-star still. People miss games. That's how it is. Kawhi has a knee injury. He had an injury. They did a low management with San Antonio Spurs, for God's sakes. I remember when the Spurs won that, was it the 5th championship? The 5th championship. They did a lot of low manage against when they played Miami. They did a low manage the whole season.
Okay.
They didn't even average. Most of the superstars didn't average
with
over
Tony Parker.
Yeah. So even Doc even had that mindset when Celtics went to the 2nd championship. They lost to the Lakers, but they went to the 2nd championship. You know most of them did not play over 30 minutes a game.
I didn't know that.
So think about what the low management is. It's only a problem because Kawhi did it.
That's right. Yeah.
And a lot of people wanted to see Kawhi, and it hurt them in a lot of ways because they didn't have no chemistry. That's really what it was. It's all about chemistry, and they just didn't have it.
Actually, you're right, because I do remember when I think it was the Spurs, when Tim Duncan was part of the Spurs, that when they would go to Miami, a couple other games, it was where Tim Duncan was suited, but then they saw him at the airport flying back because at that point he was did not play.
And at the same time, too.
And he was healthy.
And if you really, really think about it, at the end of the day, there's a lot of bench. It's too much bench players talking. Too much bench. They're key. But it's too much bench player talking. Yeah. Yes, at the end of the day, he has to play a little bit more in the regular season. But guess what? He played a lot in the postseason. He didn't miss one game in the postseason.
No, he did not. No,
he stepped up. That one game, the rest of the games, he was carrying that whole team on the back. At the time when the bubble started, who didn't want to go to the bubble?
The Clippers didn't want to go, and the Lakers didn't want to go.
Clippers and the Lakers didn't want to go.
Portland didn't want to go either.
Yep. The only big difference is, for some reason, it switched on the Lakers and the Blazers. I don't know if it was like a psychological thing, but Lou Williams missed a couple of games going to, obviously he was a death in the family, but going to a freaking strip club afterwards. Montrezl lost his grandmother. The rest in peace to that. And then
Zion too.
Then Pat Bev was injured. He lost a couple of days. So it was destined to fail. Everybody forgot that. It was destined to fail. Yeah, they had a 3-1 lead. And then you have a coach who don't want to change one damn thing, a scheme or anything.
Yeah.
You don't have to scheme. Everybody was begging the guy. You need to do a pick and roll. He did not do one damn pick and roll that game.
Well, Doc comes across as the players' coach. You know, where he kind of lets the players play the way that they feel that they're going to be best at whatever they're good at. So that's the thing I think where Doc falls so far, that he kind of allows the players to kind of play their way. The problem, you don't have a true leader on the court.
Yep.
You know, because, I mean, you can look at the Lakers, and Vogel is very much the same, except Vogel teaches a lot more defense.
LeBron James.
And even to a small degree, you got Rondo as also like a voice on the court.
But think about like Kawhi. Kawhi, obviously, he's a superstar. He's a transcendent player, but I don't think he was a leader like that.
Vocally.
Yeah. So think about he's leads by his play. But think when we went to Toronto, who was a leader in there? He wasn't really Kawhi.
I would say like
I would think that it's
not Sakal.
No, it was Kyle Lowry. It was Kyle Lowry.
Well, the thing with Kyle Lowry, he was hurt,
but he was the leader.
He was the leader. I guess in that sense. Yeah.
And when you went to San Antonio Spurs, who was the leader? Yeah. You had a bunch of them.
VanVleet was
no. It was Kyle Lowry.
It was. I agree with you. He was, but I'm saying on the court, it wasn't Kyle. It was
Kyle Lowry. Was
but
the
on
leader.
The court, it wasn't Kyle Lowry as far as play.
No, as play, but at the end of the day, you need a vocal leader. Absolutely. Is Kyle Lowry.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Then when he was in San Antonio Spurs, you have 3 Hall of Famers. You have Tony Parker. You had Manu Ginobili. You have Tim Duncan. They were all leaders. Kawhi just did his job and did it the right way. He came into a lot of people try to make this debate: Kawhi versus LeBron James. LeBron James was a chosen one. We're not going to argue that. He's a chosen one. Yes. Second best player in the world all time to me. Probably third behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So,
I could go.
But he was a chosen one. At the end of the day, Kawhi wasn't meant to be the chosen one. Kawhi was a guy who was a defensive wingman, a 3-and-D guy who became a superstar.
Yeah, he worked his way up to the top.
He is not vocal. He's very indifferent. That's how it goes. He's a guy who probably say less words but does more work than anybody else. That's how it goes. So when you telling me that all these key players saying there's a rift in the locker room, which a lot of people saying the source is wrong because they didn't have a rift, but you telling me these key players. The thing is
that, like, do you think a player would come out and say, "Yeah, I said that"?
Yeah, but
I agree. None of them. There's always these anonymous, and sometimes
at the end of the day, you're getting paid to play basketball, and most of the postseason, a lot of them wasn't playing. They was playing. They was thinking elsewhere. They wanted to go home. They really wanted to go home. It's almost like they forgot that they had to play basketball.
Yeah, they did want to go home.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't want to be there. Lou Williams didn't want to be there. Montrezl Harrell didn't want to be there. We knew from the get go, from first round till they lost, that something was up with that chemistry.
Yeah, they wanted to leave. Yeah,
they wanted to leave. You almost had to change Pat Bev into freaking Reggie Jackson, because it was so it was horrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
Pat Bev couldn't score. He gets fouled out by the time of the third quarter. Yeah. Lou Williams was off most of the night. He had 3 games that was great in the whole postseason. Montrezl Harrell was basically a cleanup bunny. He was getting cleanup baskets. Paul George, I don't know what the fuck he was doing. He was all over the place.
Breaking all over the place.
He was breaking, hitting the side of your superstar, making $30 million, over $30 million a year.
You think he needs glasses?
Yeah.
You think? You think he left his prescription contacts?
You know what the problem with Avalanche is? As soon as something falls, it just keeps on getting bigger. So you in Game 6, you in Game 4, Game 5, Kawhi did great. Game 6, Kawhi did great. Game 7, you just keep on shooting. Eventually, you're gonna fall. At the end of the day, it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. And it rare end, because everybody knew Clippers give up leads like it's no tomorrow. They had 6 games that they gave up leads. So I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just crazy how nonsensical that people act, and they have to make some changes. At the end of the day, they got to make changes.
Yeah, I gotcha. Hey, who would have thought between the Morris twins, it would be Markieff that would win the championship before Marcus?
I didn't even thought they both would have won the championship.
Yeah, because I mean, like, you would think either Marcus was going to win one with the Celtics, or he was going to win one with the Clippers, but it was actually Markieff. Who would have thought? So here's a question, at least side note. What is Tyronn Lue going to bring to the Clippers that Doc didn't bring?
I tell you the truth, I don't even know what Ty was going to bring.
Accountability?
Probably accountability.
Right. Do you think he'll move the rosters a little bit? You think certain players will get cut, or certain players might get assigned, or what do you think he's going to do as far as the roster goes?
That's a good question.
You would think he would probably get rid of anybody who's not going to play in the style that Kawhi play. And I would say it starts off with Patrick Beverley.
Yeah, Patrick Beverley had to go. I think Lou Williams had to
he's pretty much the opposite. Other than they're both tough, very that pit bull type of personality as Kyle Lowry that you mentioned, but Patrick can't shoot the three. So if Kawhi is otherwise driving to the hoop, he can always pass it back. But if you don't have a 3-point shooter, Ginobili can shoot the threes. LaMarcus Aldridge mid-ranges, right? Parker can shoot the three. Patrick can't do that. Lou Williams, it depends if he's like on a hot streak.
You know, they have to get a true point guard. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. You have to get a true point guard.
Tony Parker was one of the best as far as true.
But you have to get it. Look at Kyle Lowry. He was a true point guard. Mm-hmm. You have to get a true point guard. Lou Williams, Patrick Beverley is not a point guard.
I would love, you know what I would love to see come back, and he's trying to make a little comeback. You know what I would love?
Chris Paul?
Isaiah Thomas.
Nah, he can't.
He's trying to make a little comeback.
But he wasn't a true point guard either.
He wasn't, but the thing is, he can put. Maybe you might be right. I'm thinking, can he play defense?
These are the three.
You're right. You need a point guard that can play defense and can pass. Isaiah Thomas, I'm wrong.
This is three I would love to see them try to go for. Derrick Rose.
Good one.
Chris Paul.
Too expensive. It would be good, but too expensive. He's
Chris
not going to take a pay cut.
Or Rajon Rondo.
Rondo, that is the
free agent.
Yeah, that's the little rumors I heard.
Jrue Holiday.
That's a good one too. Pelicans, I can see that. Four. Rondo, that's a good one because Rondo, if you remember, he was with the Celtics when Doc Rivers was the coach and Tyronn Lue was one of the assistants. So they have that relationship, you know. And Rondo and Tyronn Lue, I mean, we remember that, you know, we talked about earlier, that Lakers versus 76ers game in that playoff. Tyronn Lue, he played Iverson pretty good. It was Iverson.
No, but I'm saying if that
so they had that bond is what I'm getting at.
But if that doesn't work, my big thing is you probably have to get rid of Paul George. Trade for something. Trade for a trade.
You give him another year. Give him another year.
You have to because you only have 1 year left.
That's what I'm saying. So
but you're not gonna get. You can't give him another year because what happened is let's say if this doesn't happen, he could just leave. And you don't get anything back.
You don't get anything back. You lost all the draft picks.
Now you're in a situation that you might lose Kawhi again.
Exactly.
Because I'm pretty sure it's Kawhi in the lab right now trying to figure out how to work.
And I think with Kawhi, if he loses Paul George, he's going to try to team up with Giannis.
Or he might leave. A lot of people saying Giannis might go to Miami or stay with Bucks. So he might leave.
I wonder if Kawhi can go to Miami then.
Nah, Kawhi not going. Kawhi is
warm weather.
As I said before, Kawhi is indifferent. He wants to stay in LA. No matter how you put it, he wants to stay in LA. The reason why he didn't go to Lakers is because he felt like there's too much power in the Lakers. And then at the end of the day, the Lakers kind of blew up his spot.
Does it have to be LA? Does it have to be California?
It's
because
LA.
Sacramento.
He's not going to Sacramento.
There's a lot of play.
He's not going to Sacramento.
Okay, I probably not.
Yeah.
Golden State.
He's definitely not going to go.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough money there for him.
Lakers and Clippers. Lakers and Clippers. And now that you lost 3-1, you probably can't go to Lakers because he don't want to be in that situation.
So you got to bring players to him then.
You got to bring players to him. He's the main focus.
Then Rondo's the dude then.
You got to get Rondo. Mm-hmm. And if it's playoff Rondo like we've seen before, Rondo, Jrue Holiday.
That's a good one. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, you know what? Chris Paul, even though you got to get rid of certain people. Chris Paul could right the ship because his career, the only knock on his career is one thing. That's a championship.
Yeah.
And he really wants. If he comes back to Clippers and win a championship, his career is going to be written for a while.
The only thing is the money, though. It's not going to happen.
He has a couple of years left? 2 years left?
2 years left, $42 million a year, 42 to 45
million a year. We're
going
to have to pay Montrezl Harrell pretty soon. We have to pay somebody.
I got you. Yeah, it's just.
If you get rid of George Paul. If you get rid of that guy, and his name is Paul George, I know that, but he's George Paul. But if you get rid of that guy, trading for some lesser tier superstar or lesser tier all-star like a Victor Oladipo or let's say who's out there right now, Zach LaVine, and then get Chris Paul and make the numbers work. Chris Paul, Zach LaVine, Kawhi Leonard, and try to keep some of the core like the Montrez of the world and the Lou Williams. That team will work.
Well, if you're thinking about a Zach LaVine, then you can throw Devin Booker into the mix.
It's too expensive. Devin Booker's too expensive.
Devin Booker is not going to make over 32 million a year.
Philadelphia, Phoenix is going to pay him.
Over 32, over 33?
Oh, Phoenix is going to pay him. Devin Booker, Zach LaVine is not a superstar like that. Zach LaVine barely goes to the All-Star. I don't even think he went to the All-Star before. He's in a dunk contest.
Was hurt. He was hurt.
Yeah.
Coming from injury.
Zach LaVine will be great.
Yeah.
Jrue Holiday will probably be cheaper. Get Jrue Holiday, it will be cheaper. Or, Rondo.
Rondo's going to be the cheapest out of all of them.
But Rondo probably
depends on Rondo where he wants to go.
Rondo will be great in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Especially in the playoffs. We would get him from the playoffs. But Paul George got to do better.
Yeah, it definitely does.
No
I do like that Derrick Rose name you threw out there.
Yeah,
that's
Derrick Rose. That's going to be
a really good one.
A lot of people saying if Bradley Beal don't go to Lakers, Derrick Rose will.
Well, Bradley Beal staying with the Wizards. There's no way. If anything,
traded.
John Wall would be the one that
he's getting traded.
Bradley Beal. They just signed him like 2 years ago. Why would they trade him?
The Wizard is a lost cause.
They got rid of Otto Porter Jr. So if you're getting rid of Otto Porter, you're Cleveland Bradley, and then John Wall is the guy that you get rid of.
Well, you can't get rid of John Wall because people don't want his contract.
They don't want the contract, but I'm saying that otherwise, if you were to try to trade somebody, but you're right, who's going to take the money?
Yeah. Bradley Beal is one of those things he wants to get traded. It's a trade. It got to happen with Bradley Beal.
I got you. How about this? Kyle Lowry got 1 more year to go.
He's not going.
Kyle Lowry to the Clippers.
Not going. Not happening.
You don't see it.
You can't.
Why?
He loves Toronto.
He loves Kawhi. I'm sure they had a good relationship.
They probably do. I think
remember, Kawhi had to take a little while to make the decision. It wasn't a quick and easy. He had to wait.
What's that blocker? Serge Ibaka, he was a bigger relationship. And Kawhi Lowry too. But he's not going. Okay. Keep in mind, think about Kyle Lowry. He was a kind of a journeyman before he went to Toronto.
He was. Phoenix.
A lot of people forget about that. He was a journeyman. He wasn't.
No, I'm taking it. Bledsoe. Bledsoe was Sacramento.
Just like Lou Will.
It was Phoenix, and then
See, this is what I can't stand
Philly.
about.
That's right.
This is what I can't stand about Lou Will too. Lou Will, Montrez, Pat Bev. Montrez no, because Montrez was in that Michigan State team was phenomenal back in the day in college basketball. But Montrez, he's great for what he did, but at the end of the day, he still can't shoot. He almost a bona fide lesser Giannis than anyone because he's a rebounder. He don't play great defense. He plays defense.
He's modern day Dwight Howard.
Yeah. So Lou Will was a journeyman, and a lot of people forget how much he's a journeyman. And I get it. He got the 6th man of the year, but it's a reason why all these other teams used to trade him.
Yeah,
he's trade bait.
Yeah, because it's that type of player that he'll do good, but it's like you can't win with him. You know what I mean? It's
So you're telling me the notion that because they won 2 games against Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant, they think that they could have a say or have anything involving a superstar. Matter of fact, you should be happy you won those 2 games because the superstar came to Clippers because of those one little thing.
Yeah.
So I think those 4 point guards, Chris Paul, Drew Holiday, Derrick Rose, Rajon Rondo.
Those are the guys.
Great. And if you got to trade Paul George, you want to get Victor Oladipo, which I think that's probably be phenomenal. Try for Bradley Beal. I don't know if that's too expensive.
Yeah, but then you need a point guard, though. Bradley Beal's not a point guard.
They need a point guard. Regardless of anything.
Victor can play the 1 spot. He's more of a 2.
But is he injury prone? Right now, he's injury prone
is the leg. That's it.
Yeah.
Paul George had the same injury.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Gordon Hayward, same injury.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, true.
So, I can get past that.
How did Victor broke his leg? He broke his leg?
So it was he was with Indiana. I feel like it was like somewhere around early preseason last year that he broke the leg. No, it was regular season.
Was it a broken leg?
It was a broken leg. Very similar to Gordon Hayward, very similar to Paul George. Broken leg, same thing. Snap, the compound fracture, same thing. And those, what's funny about those? They say when it's a clean break, it's actually okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't know details, but it's like if it's a clean break, it's just like, we'll put it back together. The main thing is that it doesn't puncture the skin.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes you might see the leg kind of bent a little bit. That's okay, as long as it doesn't puncture the flesh and you get the infection. But if it's a clean break, it's actually a good thing.
But to get Victor Oladipo, we got to trade Paul George. We have to trade. If you want to pay trade Paul, I think they're going to get 1 more year. Because at the end of the day, he has 1 more year on his contract, and Kawhi has 1 more year.
Yeah, I can see that.
I have a feeling Kawhi is not going to leave. So at the end of the day,
Kawhi's not going anywhere.
He's not going to. You got it good with him because he's an indifferent guy. He don't want to leave.
And I'm going to take a shot in the dark here and say that before Tyronn Lue was hired, they talked to Kawhi.
Yeah.
They said, hey.
Of course.
Hey, we know that, behind the doors. Hey, we know that your contract is about to end. We'll talk about the contract when the day comes with your agent, blah, blah, blah. We want to have a coach for the future. What do you think about Tyronn Lue?
Oh, yeah.
And at that point, Kawhi's like, because you got to figure Kawhi's not going to stay after this year if there was a coach that he doesn't really like, right?
At the end of the day, they had to talk to Tyronn. Don't get it twisted. It's all about Kawhi Leonard. Point blank. They already know how Paul George works. I think they have a buyer's remorse for Paul George. I can tell you that right now. And who blame him?
Yeah.
Who blame him? Because at the end of the day, you can't do that, Paul.
Sure.
I'm sorry. I know you was in third in MVP voting last year, but you can't do that. And you have a problem. And if you talk about you was in a dark place during the playoff, and I get it, but. And at the same time, too, it probably was a bad situation. He shouldn't be with Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers probably hate the guy's guts. And then, because think about it. Like you with my daughter and you cheated on me with a stripper, international stripper.
That's right. That's
At least go to Magic City and get the damn stripper. Like you can't cheat on me with an international stripper. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, and whether you like it or not, Paul George, you're not a superstar until you tell us until you actually show that you're a superstar. You can't be averaging like freaking 10 points a game in the fucking series. Like it's ridiculous.
Especially when you was chosen by,
they gave up a lot of draft picks for you.
Kawhi, the other chosen one. He chose.
You didn't give up draft pick for Kawhi. No. A lot of people forget that. You didn't give up draft pick for Kawhi. You gave up about 3 or 4 or 5.
Yeah, first rounders.
And then this is
Shea Alexander as well.
And I get it. It was just to get Kawhi. But at the end of the day, you messing up a brother's freaking legacy. Yeah. Like 3-1 is hard to get. The good thing is that he didn't do a 3-1 in the championship. If he did a 3-1 in the championship, that would have been worse.
Yeah,
people might forget this one, but it's gonna take a while for people to forget.
And you don't forget that the Thunder made it to Game 7 against the Rockets without him.
Exactly.
With Chris Paul, Shea Alexander Jr., Shea Alexander, and the other role players that was there
without him.
Yeah, without him, made it to Game 7 against the Rockets without.
You know what the fun
Paul
thing?
George.
The other day I was just sitting down. I said, "What could be?" I wish that Kawhi had like a Facebook or Instagram because
that would be good.
The banging,
maybe a Snapchat.
Even if how if you have that because keep in mind
fans
only. A lot of people forget that a lot of people make LeBron James Kobe comparison because they were friends. But did you know Kobe was the one who was mentoring Kawhi? And a lot of people didn't know that.
I didn't know that. No.
Oh yeah, big time. Kobe was mentoring Kawhi, Kyrie Irving, was from your Boston Celtics.
Oh, for the Celtics,
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum, yeah.
So he was mentoring them. They was big. They actually was really close. Yeah. Matter of fact, the helicopter that tragically killed Kobe was the same flight person for Kobe Bryant.
Oh shit! No, I didn't know that.
Same person. So, what if he had an Instagram and then he put 3-1, just a one picture of 3-1? That's all he had to do.
Yeah.
Keep in mind if he wins the championship.
Kawhi, you talking about
one more championship without losing one NBA Finals, he could flip that 3-1 and put 3-1 for one more thing, 3-1 in a championship.
Okay, I can see that
because he's 2-1 in the championship right now. I can see that. So you can flip it.
Yeah.
You can flip this 3-1.
Of course you could, yeah. Because at that point, LeBron won 4 out of 10.
Yes, you can flip this championship. Think about how you can flip it, Kawhi.
You could.
You could win a championship next year. And this is gonna be you'll be the second person in NBA history to have a champion with 2 different or 3 different teams.
That's right.
You could get 3-1 championship. All you need to do to get your marketing to sell those New Balance sneakers, get 3-1, and then use it. Even in the beginning of the season, if you have a Facebook or Instagram or Facebook fan page, put 3-1 there and don't put no other picture. I guarantee you'll be like, oh, this guy's focused.
Because even Steph Curry. He's 3 of 5.
Yeah, 3 and 5.
3 and 5. He had 5 attempts.
Do you know when Kobe Bryant? A lot of people forget the reason why Kobe Bryant is the way Kobe Bryant is. He remember when he was in it must have been a divisional, not a divisional, like a
conference game.
A conference game, and he missed the open shot that made the Lakers not go to the championship. He remembers that, and he said it before. It's like a promo somewhere out there that him remembering missing the shot.
That shot.
Because you have to think about it. Because Kawhi should have been 3-0 in championship. I remember when he lost to Miami. It was, first of all, I don't know, George Popovich kind of overthought it. Then they put Tim Duncan in to get the last rebound, and then the last rebound went
I want to say Tim Duncan was Greg Pop. Yeah. Tim Duncan, he was kind of like falling down. He wasn't the same Tim Duncan.
Yeah,
but towards the end, because remember he was taking less money.
It was one.
He would have been cut. He would have been cut if he wasn't cutting his salary.
It was 1 rebound they needed. 1 rebound, and then he wasn't in the last play. But people forgot how he got to that point to getting 3 points. probably a couple of plays before that, this guy Kawhi Leonard missed a foul shot, and it was that would have been a dagger. He missed a foul shot. It would have been 4 points. It would have been hard for them to catch up. Ray Allen wouldn't even have his second championship. So think about it.
Yeah, I can see that.
He used that as a motivation to go in Toronto and win. He could have got 4 championships if it was in Jaja Pacheep shot over here. It was like, you got to think about it like that too.
Ankle.
It was up by like 26 points. I remember when that game was. That when Kawhi was third voting for voting for MVP.
Right. Yeah.
He was killing it. That's when Kawhi the superstar became along.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like Ty Lue might change some type of culture, but it's always depend on Kawhi.
You know what they need?
Who?
They need Danny Green.
Nah, man.
Danny Green. If you think about it, first of all, going back to what you just said, I remember part of that series. Danny Green was somewhat of an X factor, and he was a starter. He was part of that team.
That series, but I get it.
Yeah. Okay. So then he goes with Kawhi, helps him out in Toronto.
Almost lost the championship.
Almost, but he was a factor.
He almost lost the Lakers too.
But he was a factor.
Factor by almost losing?
Well, not necessarily in that series, but in the first and the second round, he was getting them wide open shots.
If you think about it,
I'm just saying, Danny Green doesn't get like the recognition he deserves.
I give him respect, but listen,
Danny Green at one point was actually scoring more than Kawhi Leonard in the beginning years.
I believe
before Kawhi was Kawhi.
But at the end of the day, you know what the funny thing about Danny Green? His job is a 3-and-D.
Yeah, he's a 3-and-D. Yeah.
The last couple of years, his job been he should be fired.
Yeah,
he's
kind of like the better version of Marcus Smart. Yes. Marcus Smart plays better defense. Let's go with Marcus Morris instead. Yeah. I'm thinking of the two Marcuses, but they're both essentially that like post
Marcus Smart actually know how to play good.
He
defense.
He does.
Yeah.
He was
was he a first all defensive team?
He was actually,
which is surprising. I didn't know why he became first all defensive.
You know the thing is, we don't watch enough Celtics game because like whenever they play. I don't know. We're doing.
I know he's good at defense.
He is. Especially
he got over Kawhi Leonard too. If you think about it, because Kawhi was second defensive team.
The thing with Mark, he's a gritty dude. You know what I mean? He doesn't back down for anybody.
But
so
Pat Bev's.
Yeah.
Nah, you can't foul out by the third quarter.
Can't do that.
You can't foul out by the third quarter. It don't make no sense.
No.
You don't foul out by the third quarter.
You don't do that.
Your team needs you. Lou Williams, you got to shoot more than that. Paul George, I don't know what the hell you're doing, man. Monsters, if that's the only thing you could do, why basketball players think that he should work on his game? Yeah, it hurt a lot of people. Zubac was going phenomenal. As a matter of fact, I remember Zubac. Shamet gotta go. Shamet gotta go. Yeah. Shamet gotta go. Yeah. Morris, we gotta keep him.
Maybe move Reggie Jackson to the starting lineup. No,
Reggie Jackson's leaving. It's only a 1-year contract.
He filled in pretty good for Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, but he's a 1-year contract. Mm-hmm. Morris, we gotta re-sign Morris because he was a good defensive player.
He was. He's also a power forward. So if you're getting Montrez, then you need that power forward.
JaMychal Green. I know that a lot of people they gotta get rid of him. Mm-hmm. Magruder, we gotta get rid of him.
Joakim Noah, was he?
Joakim Noah, we're gonna get rid of him.
He's playing the bench.
Yeah,
it's been a year since he played. He did play really good in the first round one.
Patrick Patterson, we're getting rid of you too, buddy.
Yeah.
Like I know they say they have a deep team. Get rid of the whole team. Mm-hmm. The only one that's not expendable is Kawhi Leonard and might be Paul George. Mm-hmm. And then Morris, we gotta resign him. Mm-hmm. But might be Paul George, but Kawhi Leonard is off the books. Yeah. The guy won 2 championships. You can't have a key player talking shit after you haven't won nothing besides 2 games against Warriors. Is that
and then your former team does better without you than they did with you?
You're telling me that you have a riff with Kawhi Leonard by having preferential treatment, but you forget that he has a knee problem and he only missed about 8 to 10 games. But you still didn't want to go to the bubble. Haven't played great at all. And the 3 main culprits: Pat Bev, Lou Will, Montrezl Harrell. They complaining. They
gotta go.
And they forget Pat Bev left Houston for a reason. Lou Williams get bounced around for a reason. Montrezl is not a superstar. He's gonna get paid like he's somewhat an all-star. But guess what? You didn't.
Tobias got money, so he'll get money.
Yeah, he didn't deliver. Kawhi delivered twice.
Yeah.
Twice occurred. 2 MVPs. It's not like it's like a role player. 2 MVPs.
Yeah. Finals MVPs.
Finals MVP. He stopped LeBron. At the end of the day, we wanted to see if you would have lost in the championship.
Did he stop LeBron?
Yeah, he stopped LeBron.
Game 1 of the Christmas game.
No, I'm talking about San Antonio.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about this year. Oh, okay.
And first of all, in the Christmas game, he actually did stop LeBron. At the end of the day, they won that game. Clippers won that game.
I know, that's what I'm talking about. But I'm saying after that one game,
Like, see, this is the idea of stopping someone. LeBron, if you average, let's say for point guard, let's make it simple. If someone averaged 40 points a game, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and then you play somebody the same level as you, because keep in mind, Kawhi is the same level as him, and you average 26 points, 5 rebounds.
Is that stopping or slowing him down?
Slow. That's all you need to do. You think people can stop Michael Jordan? Everybody, for some reason, you think you can stop Michael Jordan?
Nobody could stop Michael Jordan.
Exactly.
There were some plays that slowed him down, like Gary Payton slowed him down.
First of all, Gary Payton didn't slow down Michael Jordan.
Gary Payton slowed down Michael Jordan.
That whole series, how many games that even last?
Against Seattle?
6 games?
It was 6 games. It was 6 games.
You didn't slow down Michael Jordan.
It wasn't a sweep.
You don't slow down Michael Jordan. Just like Miami didn't slow down LeBron James. Jimmy Butler didn't slow down LeBron James.
I remember. I can't throw John Starks. He did it. It was only one game.
Game.
I can't throw.
You can't throw anybody. Gary Payton didn't slow anybody.
I got you.
They try to say that.
But this is different. We're comparing Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is above LeBron, so it's tough to try to come up with names that would slow Jordan. Gary Payton is the only one that I can remember that was effective.
First of all, Jordan. It's 3 kryptonites for LeBron James, and everybody knows it. 3 kryptonites, and you want to know who those 3 guys is?
Go ahead.
Kawhi Leonard.
Yep.
Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry. Those are the 3 kryptonites.
Steph Curry? But you got to go back and watch the finals.
No. I'm not saying that he didn't stick to LeBron.
Go back to 2017 finals.
Yeah, wait. He didn't stick to LeBron, but keep in mind.
He played. Okay,
keep in mind, when LeBron was going his little run with Cleveland or whatever it was, who you think was the face of the NBA for about 2-3 years?
It was Steph, without a doubt. He won 2 unanimous MVP back-to-back. Without a doubt. But that's LeBron playing a team role that he always do. He's always there to make the team better.
How many championships Steph Curry has?
Do you think Magic Johnson could have been better?
Huh? How many championships Steph Curry has?
He has 3, right?
How many LeBron has?
He has 4.
So you got 4, 3, right?
So LeBron is the winner.
LeBron been in the NBA for freaking 18, 19 years. Steph Curry, believe it or not, we're talking about Clippers and Brooklyn Nets. You forget that.
He's like 6 years younger.
You forget that Golden State is
Golden State's going to come back crazy this year because they got the number 2 overall pick. Klay Thompson looks healthy as shit. Steph Curry is ready to come back and dominate.
Those are the 3 kryptonites for LeBron James.
I got you.
Not saying that Steph Curry could stick LeBron James, but Steph Curry.
I know what you're saying.
Steph Curry is one of the guys.
The only thing you got to keep in mind is that when it came to the finals, you can throw Steph Curry's name all that you want. When it came to the finals, if I remember right, is that I remember Kevin Durant, Finals MVP. Kevin Durant, Finals MVP. And then Andre Iguodala, Finals MVP.
So
of those 3, none of them are Steph Curry.
I'm not talking about sticking. I'm talking about have you come to longevity in his career. It might be.
But if you're the leader of your team, just like Kawhi won the Finals MVP for his team, San Antonio and Toronto, why is it that Steph Curry was not? Andre Iguodala stepped up and said, "Hey, I'm gonna guard LeBron. I'm gonna take this," and then he took it. Did
you watch the whole game? Did you watch the
I watched the whole thing.
You watched the whole Golden State race?
Yeah, so the whole 6 games.
Obviously, the reason why Andre Iguodala even won the championship or won the MVP is because he stick LeBron.
But Kevin Love was out.
Yep, Kevin Love was out.
And Kyrie was out. So it was all LeBron.
Yep.
J.R. Smith was part of it. The one with the crazy hair.
So at the end of the day, you could argue the fact that Kawhi Leonard,
Jeff Green.
You could argue the fact that Kawhi Leonard actually won MVP because he stick LeBron in the first championship. So at the end of the day, it's a kryptonite because Steph Curry is still regarded as the best shooter of all time. One of the best shooters.
Yeah, but that's not going far.
Yeah, that's his kryptonite for the league.
It's good.
That's his kryptonite.
But when it comes to the finals and you're not even in the voting for finals MVP, that tells me that when the bright's the shiniest, you kind of back down.
So the question is too, what about Kevin Durant? You think that
Kevin Durant is the truth?
Kevin Durant is
respect to Paul Pierce. Kevin Durant's the truth. He was a Finals MVP too. Like that 72-10 season that Golden State lost. Durant came into the team for a reason because they knew they weren't going to do it against LeBron.
That's why I respect Kawhi Leonard. They don't chase championships because that was chasing the championship.
It was. I'm not. You're not going to get in arguments from me. I don't like that. I think he should have stayed with OKC. I thought that was a good team. Even with remember they had James Harden as part of that team.
So, we got to get out of here. So we could argue all day about this. But Again, just like every time, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook. We'll be at. You can email us. You can call us one day. Nah, we ain't putting your number. Call us one day. Do what you gotta do. We are out of here.
Take it easy. Later.
Peace.